What's going on, guys? We're sitting here and they y'all saw, I don't know when this video come out, but I posted one here earlier this morning, last night, but I broke down. I'm over here in Hammond, Louisiana, the Petro. Come in to get fuel, and and my truck just sort of shut off and it died, and now it won't start back. But I tell you what, guys, I got some good friends. I got some real good friends. My old buddy James, he was going to come and pick me up, and but his truck's tore down too. But I got somebody else coming, and actually they're pulling in right now. I'm going to turn y'all around. Look at there. Y'all recognize that truck right there? The old Sea Farmer. He brought his old trailer, come to rescue me. There he is. You took long enough to get here.
I know, that's all right.
Oh man. Well guys, he gonna pull up and we're gonna hook my strap up and we're gonna get me out of the way of this fuel island, and we're gonna get loaded up. So I try to get a little bit of footage of us loading everything up, and then we'll get back to y'all here in just a minute. Alright guys, so we got it loaded up, and I hope that turned out pretty good as far as pulling it up. Man, that's a bad little winch Sea Farmer's got there. It's 12,000 pound Badlands, and that thing, that's gonna pulled it up a whole lot better than that little winch of mine whenever we loaded James's truck. But I'm gonna turn y'all around and show you what it loaded up. Sea Farmer Rescue and Semper Transport. But there it is, a Chevy pulling a Chevy. That just makes you want to cry. But yeah, it loaded up pretty good. Pretty good old fit. Just hope it rides well. Yeah, I ain't gonna know what to think of that thing being back here, guys. Well, I've had it towed by a wrecker once whenever transmission control module went out, but other than that, that's the first time this truck's ever been towed. So, but anyway, but guys, I'm gonna get off here and help him strap down. And guys, like I said before, go check out his channel, Sea Farmer, and he's always, I mean, always there whenever I need him. And and I really appreciate him doing this. So, but I'll get back with y'all here in a little bit, or we're here after a while whenever we get home and unload. All right, guys. So it's actually a few days later, or well, actually a couple days later. They got the truck back home. Sea Farmer, like you seen, he came in and rescued me. Guy, man, Sea Farmer, I really appreciate that. Man, I don't know what I've done without you. I can't thank you enough. You're always there whenever I need you. Whenever I got questions or whatever. But we finally got it back here, and still trying to figure out what's wrong with it. We sort of come down to the conclusion that it's basically not getting any fuel. We tried after we got it back, and before we took it off the trailer, we actually sprayed it with a little bit of ether, and it cranked up. And as long as you kept of course we didn't spray a lot, and we wasn't spraying it like right in there, but as long as the ether was going to it, it'd stay running. So so it tells us that it's a fuel problem. It's not getting fuel. This truck does have the CP4 pump on it, I believe, unless it was swapped out before I bought the truck, which was almost 6 years ago, and probably about, I don't know, let's see, had 191,000 on it when I bought it, and it's pushing 334 right now. I've never done it. I don't know if the guy that I bought it from ever had it done. If not, then it still has a CP4 pump. So I do not think that, if it is the pump that's bad, I don't think that it's exploded. I hope not, because I've changed the fuel filter, and then I've even checked the other one, the new one that I put on, and we've taken a few lines off, and there's no signs of any kind of metal shavings, nothing. So I don't think it's exploded. It could have just went bad. Now, in my breakdown video, I had a gentleman comment that it could be the fuel filter housing. That if it's, he said that he's like in the matter of 2 or 3 weeks, that he has replaced like 3 or 4 of them. Exact same symptoms of what I'm having, and basically a seal or an O-ring or something like that in there goes bad, and then basically it sucks air, and that will keep it from cranking. So what I'm going to do is, before I tackle the pump, and regardless of whether it's the pump or not, I'm hoping it's not right now, because I just don't have the money. And guys, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna be making another video of the importance of having an emergency fund. I know I stress on that all the time. I don't do it like I should. It's one of those kind of, you know, that saying, do as I say, not as I do. Well, I mean, this is one of those times. Do as I say, not as I do, because I haven't been doing like I should. I mean, I got a little bit, but of course, again, at the same time, guys, I mean, y'all know that I've had a lot of repairs these last few months with this truck. New hubs, outer tie rod ends, upper and lower ball joints, the transmission, new tires. I've had a lot going on these last few months, so I mean, my funds are pretty much drained. But y'all stay tuned for a video, because I'm gonna be going over that. But as far as getting back to the truck, I'm probably going to start with the housing first, because that's the cheapest. And but before I do that, I'm going to try something, and I'm going to make a video on this. So basically, there's 2 lines going into the housing, and one basically pulls it from the tank and through the filter, and then it sends it back through the pump, and then from the pump, of course, to the motor. I'm assuming that's how it works. So basically what I'm gonna do is, I disconnected those 2 hoses, and see if I can get this here. All right, so here's one of the hoses. I'm not sure which one it is, but this is one of 2. So I went to Napa, and I bought a little connector. So like you do, like on a, you know how you got a crack in your water hose, you go to Lowe's or whatever and get a connector and cut it and put that hose back together. Well, this is sort of what this is. So basically, I'm gonna connect those 2 hoses together, and I'm going to bypass the fuel filter. Not permanently. I'm just going to do it just temporarily, just to see if I can get it cranked and started and running. If I can get it cranked and it stays running, bypassing the fuel filter, that tells me that it's the housing and that the pump's good. If it doesn't do that, then that tells me it's the pump. So that's what I'm going to try before I start going out here and spending money on something that I may or may not need, or that maybe something I may not need, because I done that on the transmission, thinking that it was the transfer case and the seal and the drive shaft and all that stuff, and bought brand new front drive shaft, going from the transfer case to the front diff, and I don't really think I needed that. Now the seal on the front output shaft seal, I don't know. That could have been leaking, I don't know. I mean, that wasn't really that much, but that drive shaft was. And the reason I bought that is because people was telling me that it can be leaking through the yoke, and all the signs was showing that. That's where all the fluid was coming from. But I think it was just running down from the vent tube on top of the transmission and running down over there, making it look like that's where it's coming from. But so far, I've got that fixed. So far. So far, I haven't had any more leaks as far as that goes. But, of course, as soon as I get that done, now this happens. It's always something, guys. The old saying goes, you gotta spend money to make money. And another thing that I'm gonna mention in that video as far as the importance of keeping an emergency fund is a gentleman commented on one of my videos, and I can't remember his name. If you're watching this, you know who I'm talking to you. But and guys, I knew this. I just didn't do it, and that's where I sort of messed myself up. Is most of y'all know my truck's paid for. I don't owe anybody on it. I paid it off earlier this year. Made my last payment. Regardless of whether or not you have a truck payment or not, if you've paid your truck off, guys, you still got a truck payment. Always put back for a truck payment. They whether or not you got it or not. Now, once you pay it off, you want to take a couple of months and enjoy the freedom of not having a payment, maybe catch up on a couple other things. Yeah, by all means, go ahead and do it. But don't do like I did. And again, that saying, do as I say, not as I do. Don't get into the don't lose the discipline, or however you want to say it, of not getting back into not having a truck payment. So take whatever your truck payment was. If you want to add some to it, by all means. And guys, this does not replace the 5 to 10% emergency fund that I tell everybody to put back for. That does not include, that's not replacing this. That's on top of this. Still put back that. And then take whatever your truck payment was, which mine was, I'll go and tell you, it was $611. So starting next month, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking $600 a month. And I'm going to pretend like I still got a truck payment. And I'm going to put that back into an emergency fund. I'm going to try my best every single month. I mean, every once in a while, things might come up. I may not be able to do it. But guys, if you can do it, and to be honest with you, there's really no excuse in not doing it. Because, I mean, if you were still making your truck payment to the bank, I mean, they don't care whether or not stuff comes up or not. You still got to make it. So, make it. Take that money, put it into a bank or a savings account or something, into that emergency fund. And because whether or not you got to use that later on to maybe replace the motor or the transmission or something like that, guys, doing what we do, and those of y'all that's been doing this for a while like I have, and probably longer than I have, so you know more. And which I'm not saying I know everything. I had one guy tell me that he's been trucking for 40 something years, and as long as I've been in trucking for about 20, then I don't know, he said that he said something, and then he just something about it, it didn't sound like I knew what that I knew about the trucking industry. I commented back to him. I said, please explain. And I never heard back from him. Probably one of them trolls on here. I don't know. Anyway. And guys, I'm not saying I know everything about trucking. I'm not saying I know everything about RV transport. But I do know a lot. Especially about trucking. I mean, like I said, I've been in trucking for almost 20 years. And I've been around trucking my entire life. So, been around my dad and stuff. But again, I'm not saying I know everything, but I do know a lot. Nobody knows everything. Even that guy that said he's been doing it for 40 something years, he don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. If you know everything, you're saying you're perfect, and nobody's perfect. If you think you are, bye-bye, get off my channel. I don't want you on my channel. So, but go troll somebody else's channel. But anyway, I know I'm basically getting off topic and putting that video into this video. But anyway, guys, I just want to stress the importance of having that emergency fund, and do not take it for granted. Put that money back, because as of right now, I got the money to replace the housing, and I've probably got, I'm gonna say, over half the money to replace the pump, if that's the problem. I don't have all the money. And so that sort of, if that is the problem, that sort of puts me in a situation that I don't want to do, and that's either sell my boat or sell my Jeep. And I don't want to do that. Granted, both of them just sits here. I don't never use them. Guys, I bought that boat 2 years ago, and I've had it in the water once, and that was the day I bought it. Haven't had it in the water since. Now, right now, sitting, now it needs a trim motor. I've been meaning to get that done so I can get out in the water and go fishing and stuff, but guys, I never have time. I'm either working on the road or I'm working around here at the land. I never have time. I'm always staying busy. So that's one reason I think about selling it, but at the same time, guys, it's mine. I don't owe anybody on it. And I don't know, same thing with my Jeep. I never drive that Jeep. It needs lower gears put in it because of the bigger tires I got on it. And I mean, it'll run out on the highway. It runs good. I replaced the motor about 4 years ago. The motor don't even have probably 4,000 or 5,000 miles on it. But the Jeep runs good. Every once in a while I get it around here on the land and I ride the trails or something like that, or maybe during the winter whenever it snows, then I may get the Jeep out and use it. But I mean, it just sits here, and I pay the insurance on it every month. I got full coverage insurance on it. But it's mine. It's paid for. I don't owe anybody on it. So that's the reason I don't want to get rid of it. But like a couple people's told me, that I sort of got to decide that, I mean, right now I need the money. Maybe later on, get me another one. But I don't know. Puts me in a tough situation, guys, because I wasn't disciplined enough to put more money back. Or I took a long time before I started putting money back. Don't put yourself in that position, guys. So anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to get on here and make an ending to it. Let you know I got back home safe. Let you know what we think the problem is. And guys, I will keep y'all updated, letting you know what I find out with it once I get it back running and all that mess. So if it is the pump, then I'll do a video on that. And also, guys, if it is the pump, or let me back up, whether or not, regardless if it's the pump or not, I'm hoping that's not it right now, so that way I can get it back going pretty cheap and get it back on the road. But eventually, real soon, I am going to be doing the CP3 conversion. I'm going to be replacing that CP4 with a CP3, and I'm also probably going to be adding a fast system to it. And like C Farmer was telling me, if I do all that, that truck's pretty much going to be bulletproof, hopefully. So you know, unless I just get out here and just abuse it, which I don't do. Guys, I baby that truck. And that's what everybody should be doing. I'll give you one example real quick. See, Farmer went and rescued a guy and blew his motor. And the guy saying, oh man, this thing was deleted and blah blah blah, and it can handle it and all this mess. And thing is, guys, he blew another motor before that was deleted. And it has nothing to do with the deleted truck. It does have to do with who you had do that delete, whether or not they knew what they was doing, what kind of tune they put on it. They may have put a hot tune. And guys, this truck right here's got a hot tune. I don't know how hot, but I do know it's hot. And that's the reason the edge gauge, edge CT3 gauge, guys, if you're doing this kind of work, you've got to get one of those gauges. You have to, because it tells you all kind of stuff. Whether or not your truck's been deleted or not. If it hasn't, guys, you can do a manual force regen with that edge gauge. See, Farmer sat right here in my driveway because his soot level built up coming back from Louisiana, and built up high. And he sat right here and done 3 of them sitting in my driveway with that edge gauge. So guys, get you invest in it. I went for a while without one, and after James's truck went down, I got one immediately. But and guys, like I said, I try to come up with some more videos as far as what you need in RV transport to get started, things that I recommend that you have, things like that. If there's any other kind of videos that you would like for me to do, talking about RV transport, let me know. If I don't know anything about what you're asking, guys, I will find out, and then I will give you my opinion of what I found out and what others say. And but I'll try my best to do a video on it. But if you want to see a certain video, let me know. Leave it in the comments, and I'll try my best to get it done. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go and get off here, and I'm fixing to try to bypass that housing. Guys, y'all wish me luck. I need it. But y'all, I'm sure some of y'all can, or most of y'all can tell that I'm not really enthused like usually I am on some of my videos. So I'm just, last couple of days, guys, I just ain't been feeling it. But I just wanted to get on here and let y'all know that got the truck home safe. And again, see, Farmer, man, I appreciate it. I really do. I don't know how I could repay you. But anyway, guys, y'all like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will see y'all on the next one. As always, y'all be safe. Semper Fi.